Hi.
Hi everyone! So, hello po sa lahat ng nanonood at nakikinig at sa mga manunood po ng aming 198th episode, Mike. Wow!
Yes, 2 episodes to go to have the 200th.
Welcome back to your favorite Sunday Tambayan for Kwentuhan, Culture, and Community. But before I, continued, want to congratulate my co-founder before, Dean Icalina. Congratulations and best wishes to you and your beautiful wife for your beautiful wedding. Congratulations, Dean. I'm so proud of you.
Yes, also congratulations from me, brother. I'm very happy for you. I hope everything turns out the way that you want it, and it's going to be the best day of your life.
Yes.
So they're going to be, or are
They are
about to.
currently.
So yeah. So
Yes.
all the best.
Yes. God
so
bless
proud.
you both.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so we're very happy that's happening today. And of course, I'm Maria.
And I'm Mike, and this is TalkAlley.
And
Yes.
my German Filipino host who still can't pronounce. Can you pronounce it?
Mini Mecanico ni Monico ang makina ni Monica.
Okay,
Yeah, so like a tongue twister. And,
yeah, magtinikling ka na lang muna, Mark. You dance at tinikling. And of course, anyway, today is a very special episode because we're heading to Brussels through words, art, and books.
Yes, that's right. Our guest is a Filipina powerhouse who is putting Asian voices front and center in Europe. She's the founder and president of the Philippine Art and Culture Exchange and a visionary behind the first Asian Literary Festival in Brussels. Let's give a warm TalkAlley welcome to Louise Baterna. Hello, Louise. Thank you for gracing us today in our show. Thank you for being with us.
Hello from Brussels, and thank you to
Hi.
TalkAlley. And it's such a lovely introduction. So I hope that today we can have a real exchange.
Yay!
Looking forward to
Great.
it.
Yes. So first, let's get down to business. Okay. How does it feel to be the woman behind Europe's first Asian literary festival?
To be honest, it's a very, very huge responsibility, and at the same time, it's also a big honor. But this project was, in fact, an idea of the Philippine Art and Culture Exchange, and we were lucky to now work in partnership with the Asian Group of Literature. It's a Sri Lanka, Europe-based organization that promotes literature and through many platforms like the Asian Prizes for Fiction, poetry, short story, etc. So it's a huge responsibility, but at the same time, really happy to take the job. I'm someone who likes challenges, so this is one of them, and I hope that I can live up to that, to this position.
Okay. Can you take us back to the moment when the idea was born? Was it during a coffee break or while staring at your overflowing bookshelf?
I don't know. I must have been walking with my dog because those are the times that these ideas are born when I'm alone, when I have moments of introspection. And I guess that I had attended the Writers' Festival of Belgium last year, and we brought in a Filipino author from the UK, so Jacqueline Chio Lauri, and we were able to put her in that festival. And I was thinking, wow, that session with Jacqueline was full. There were so many non-Filipinos who attended that session, and I was thinking, wow, such an interest, and why not let other Asian writers come in or Filipino writers come in, because there seems to be an interest on Asian authors. So yeah, it was probably a walk in the park, literally. And yeah, the idea was born, and I threw it to our partners and with Pramodit, who is the head of the Asian Group of Literature.
Okay.
Okay, so you're running a major cultural exchange, organizing a literary fest, building community across borders. You still sleep?
Very, yes, I do sleep because I love to sleep and I need like 8 hours. But it's true that the past couple of months I have not been sleeping a lot because there are so many things going on. And yeah, we have this literary festival in October, and we probably have another conference at the University Libre de Bruxelles. And of course, this is now September, and we are preparing already for 2026. But yes, I take time to have a cup of tea, to walk my dog, to sleep, and to garden. And but during these moments where I'm supposed to be resting my brain
Mm.
is still busy. So yes, I do sleep, but I dream a lot.
Oh.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
So you find balance between like work and life. Are there any other things on how you recharge when you're not curating art or hosting literary icons?
Yeah, yes, it's work-life balance is very important, but at the same time, I'm
Mm.
very lucky that my work is really, it's a passion. I'm very passionate about my work, and I really enjoy the work that I do with the Philippine Art and Culture Exchange. So yes, I'm lucky in that sense that I'm able to combine work and my life because actually this is like my life. But to recharge, I often go to our country home where there's nothing but cows. And it allows me to also take long walks and again
Mm.
be on my own, me time. And I also, go to my favorite coffee shops and just look around and people watch and again think of other projects to do and recharging, yes, reading and meeting people, meeting friends, making time for family. So that's also very important. And also because it puts our feet back on the ground. But at the same time, yeah, we can also air our worries, our thoughts, our ideas, and that helps a lot in moving forward.
Okay, okay. So I'm curious, what does a typical Brussels day look like for a culture queen like you? Besides
Wow,
visiting coffee
my
shops
culture
and
queen. That's a really big title, and I'm really
mm,
flattered. But there are so many culture queens, Filipino culture queens all over Europe, and of course Maria is one of them.
Oh.
And yeah, and a typical Brussels day. Well, it depends. Today it's a little bit sunny, and what the first thing I do is go to my vegetable garden. I pick up my tomatoes, and then I walk my dog again. And then I sit on my desk because there are a few things that I wanted to do today. Um, I have very few minutes to eat during lunch, but I also try to make time to call my mother who is in the Philippines and then have a chat with my daughter. And then, yeah, if I have a little bit of time, I walk around Brussels. Brussels is very green. It's also very compact and small. So it's quite manageable to take time, a day out in the city of
mm,
Brussels.
So, speaking of cultural, how important is it for us, for you as a Filipino, and Asian in Europe to tell our stories on our own terms?
It's a very important question,
Mm.
which everybody should be asking themselves. I think that we are now at a stage where we should stop being shy and being timid and even apologetic of who we are, of where we come from, and what we do. Um, the interest on Asia and the interest on the Philippines is growing. And it is high time that we claim the stage there are so many things that we can be proud of. I mean, with in terms of healthcare, we have very caring, loving, yet efficient people in the healthcare, Filipino nurses. We have very reliable seafarers, and we are one of the biggest producers of seafarers. There are a growing number of restaurants and snack bars mushrooming all over Europe, Filipino owned. We have celebrity chefs now in the culinary sector. And of course, we have award winning writers and we have celebrated artists. So I think that it's now time to talk about us. And we should claim this stage. We should hug the spotlight, not only because there is an interest on us, but also because there are so many things to be proud of. And it is
Mm.
now, it is not going to be tomorrow, it is today. So it is important that people know who we are, what our talents are, our history, our sentiments, our skills, our talents, and there is no place like uh, there's no place anymore for apologies, and there's no place more for being on the sidelines. So our moment is now, and we have to grab it.
Mhm.
Yes, that's true.
Have you seen a shift in how European audiences engage with Asian authors and creators? Kasi ako nafe-feel ko yan eh. And I'm surprised actually how accepting they are with,
Oh yeah,
with
I
our work.
agree.
They're
I agree
actually
with you,
amazed
Maria,
with the
because
creativity.
Mhm.
Mm.
And I completely agree with you because we have visited bookshops and libraries, and it's astounding the shelves that they are now dedicating to Asian writers.
Yes.
Mm.
And
Well,
we
not
should,
as
yes,
much as, of course. At least we have like a two shelves, of dedicated for Asian market. Yeah.
So
It
it's not as much as it should
yes.
be to get it to the point.
Yes. Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
but let's hope that it will, it will expand. And
Mm,
definitely, I'm really hoping that Filipino authors will join that space. Will get that space in the
yeah.
shelves of Asian authors. And I was just talking to one bookshop on fantasy books
Mm.
in Brussels, and when I mentioned, for example, Thea Guanzon, they were so excited, and I was really surprised that, oh wow, they know a Filipino author of fantasy books. And yes, they said, oh, we would love to have her books with us, we want her here. And then I visited another English bookshop in Brussels, and they also have her books. And I mean, this is now the beginning, and this is not going to be the last authors who will hop into this bandwagon of Asian authors on the rise. And that is also why it's very important to bring in emerging authors, because some of the
Mm.
emerging authors don't have the possibility to get published or to get promoted or to take the world stage. And that's also why the Asian Literary Festival is important, because that is going to be a platform for many underrepresented, emerging, or even wannabe writers, because, well, who knows.
That would have been the perfect pattern of before being the guest of honor for the Philippines. Guest of honor, well, they should have done a Philippine Literary Festival first here in Europe before being the guest of honor, because there are so many untapped talents, and I just I'm just grateful for the community that we tried to build, the European authors with the Philippine Literary Circle Europe that we have built here. How progressive the authors, the publishers, and the writers who are members of this organization are, because we're just very optimistic of good things that could happen in the future our literary works. But yeah, we should have done that baby steps first before hosting. For me, I've been going there for like 7 or 8 years already, and I've seen the same group of people coming over and over. And I'm glad in the last years, like 2 years, there were new authors coming in before the hosting event.
Mm.
But yeah, I hope you hear us. And yes,
Well, yeah, we did
yeah.
reach out. We did reach out to the National Book Development Board of the Philippines
Mm,
for this festival, but I can understand that they are quite busy, and this is a
busy.
huge thing, to be a host, to be the guest
Mm,
country of a major book festival in Europe. So I can imagine that they're overloaded with work, and their
mm,
concentration and energy and time is focused on this book fair. But that's fine. I mean, it is also important to multiply the venues and the opportunities for writers. So there are writers who are not invited to this Frankfurt Book Fair for the Filipino writers, but there will be other opportunities for them. And that's also why for the Asian Literary Festival, we have also really have a special place for writers in the diaspora, because most of the time, these writers do not get support from home country. And,
yeah,
and, and, and so-
that is
yeah.
true. I agree. So, fortunately, for those who were not invited, we have a booth, and if you want to get involved in this upcoming event, do PM us for the Filipinos who are, in the creative side and who wants to belong there. And if you are based in Europe, we have our own little booth, and please do visit us there at Hall 5 as well, right?
5.1
5.1.
A126.
A126. So we have a small home there, and please do visit us. We are still part of the hall where the Philippine booth is standing. Ano tayo doon, neighbors, nakbarn tayo ng Philippine Hall. So we're there, and we're trying to house several European-based Filipino authors. So, just to feel being a part of this celebration, that you have a reason really to be there, and you have every right to be there and celebrate with the Filipino community.
Yes.
So yeah, it's an exciting event. I'm also looking forward to all things that will happen there.
Yes. So I want to put the spotlight now on the first Asian Literary
Yes.
Festival in Brussels. You have cued it earlier. Let's talk about the big one, the Asian Literary Festival in Brussels. What can we expect?
Well, lots of things. Well, first of all, I would like to say that, I didn't expect this to become big. When I threw the suggestion to Pramodit of the Asian Group of Literature, I just imagined it to be, quite small. But then they got very excited, and now this Asian Literary Festival is now part of a global series of festivals. So this festival is going to like a caravan. It's going to travel all over the world. So there are Asian literary festivals which are being scheduled now in Sri Lanka, in Abu Dhabi, in Montreal, in Nairobi, and there are ongoing discussions for Asian Literary Festival in Hong Kong and even in Manila. So it's a really exciting thing which is going on, and I didn't really expect this to happen. But of course, the process is the first edition, and we are really starting small, and that's also probably why people, didn't want to get involved with us, because we are small, but we are dreaming big. And so we invited several authors from their home countries, and the Asian Group of Literature has invited people from South Asia, and of course, us, we also invited the authors from Southeast Asia, and in collaboration with the Philippine Embassy and when some embassies, Asian embassies in Brussels. So here we will have sessions, we will have poetry panels, we will have workshops, we will have meet the author, we have conversations with the authors. So for example, we have award-winning Filipino author Chris Yabes, who is coming. She is based in France, and she wrote a book in French. And so she will have an intimate conversation with the author. And then, of course, we have Maria, and Maria will be launching in Brussels uh, her
My
book.
new book.
Yes, Maria's Dream, and her new book, which is Bratwurst and Bachoy.
Yes.
And so we have authors in the diaspora who are coming, and of course, if they cannot come, we still have this virtual meet. You can send a 45-second video, introduce yourself, who you are, where you come from, put your book in front of the camera, and tell us all about it. So, and then of course, we have things like food tastings. We have culinary authors coming. We have Mairani Pesque, who is based in Thailand, between Thailand and France, and she's a Filipina who wrote a cookbook on the Philippines, and that cookbook is in French. So you see there are a lot of Filipino authors who are already writing in European language. They don't even need to be translated anymore. So it's really quite exciting, and thanks also to the city of Brussels who is supporting this project.
Beautiful and well supported. Very nice. Ganyan talaga yung advantages dito sa European countries. Talagang support. It's not a question anymore when you ask it. So, can we get a sneak peek of other panels from other Asian countries? Who should we look forward to? Which countries are besides the Philippines? Anong countries pa yung mga magjo-join?
Well, we have an important contingent from South Asia, because Asian Group of Literature works around that area. Yeah, we have authors from India, from Sri Lanka, from Malaysia. We are now in negotiations with an author from Korea, and then the Japanese embassy will probably come in. So it's really a good mix of South and Southeast Asian authors. And yeah, definitely we should have a lot of events with Filipino authors, so we have to be on the lookout for them. But again, we will be exchanging ideas with other authors coming from countries like, yeah, from India and Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, and even from Pakistan. So and even those who are in exile,
Oh,
so
wow.
exile from China. So Medan Hitali is an Uyghur poet. And at the same time, we have guest authors, we have guest European authors. So we have people coming from Poland, from Croatia, from the UK. And so that's going to be a good mix of panelists and speakers.
Yes,
Okay.
that's true.
So you've worked with creatives from different backgrounds. What's surprising thing you've learned from collaborating with artists across Asia?
We are actually all
Nasa-surprise
the
ka pa ba?
same. Yeah, the world is actually small, and we are all the same, and we all have the same aspirations, and we all have the same dreams. Of course, the work method is not the same, and also when you live abroad, you also adopt a certain kind of method. I think I'm always between the Philippines and Belgium and Europe, so the work method has changed, has evolved throughout the years. But we have to remember that at the end of the day, we are all the same. We have the same dreams, we have the same aspirations, we have the same targets in life. We want just to pursue what we want, what makes us happy, what brings us joy. So being Asian today is a big gift. And being Asian today is an opportunity which opens a lot of doors, whether you're in the kitchen, whether you're in books, or whether you're an artist, or even just to work as a manager for a hotel. There are a lot of doors opening for Asians.
That's right. Beautifully said.
It's very inspiring. So, what's your dream for the festival's future? Brussels today, Frankfurt next?
I think for the festival, for Europe, it will always be Brussels. And yeah, we are already looking for 2026, and definitely we will have more partners for 2026. So the Asian Literary Festival will now travel all over the world, and I am hoping that it will go to Manila. And if it's in Manila, yeah, the group had also asked me to take care of that. So uh, I think it's very exciting because so far we have a lot of very young writers or
Mm.
writers who had been writing for a long time but had never been recognized, reaching out to us. And I think that's very important because we have to give them the platform. We have to
Yeah.
give them the voice. And by multiplying the Asian literary festivals from four corners of the world, that is an opportunity for them. So our dream is really to bring these authors to the spotlight and to bring these authors to the level of Asian authors who are already well known today. We
Mhm.
discover that we're opening the Pandora's box, actually.
Yeah.
So, and so our dream is that you join this box and we'll open it for you.
Yeah, that's what actually, similarly similar talaga yung mga ano natin, yung foundations and the ideas that we are trying to create and, apply here in Europe. That's the reason I founded also the Philippine Literary Circle Europe, because I told them that together our voice will be stronger, you know. Um, because the frustration is there for some of the creatives as well, and um, it's just hard. I understand very well because I'm also an author and a publisher, and I understand how hard it is to create a book, to just everything. The process is so hard, and to give them a platform, to give them a community of same same minded individuals is really beautiful. Talagang you can feel that you're not alone anymore. And there are people who are trying to work hard to be better and to achieve the same ideals. And that's what you're doing. And I really appreciate that, Louise. Thank you very much.
Well, I
Yes.
have to thank you too, because all the initiatives that you're doing are also commendable. I mean, just this talk, Ali, we learned from you about the lives of so many people and the work that they do, but also the Philippine Literary, Society of Europe Circle. I mean, is also one initiative which is open to everybody. So it's also very encouraging. And of course, yeah, the fact that you have a booth at the Frankfurt Book Fair, that you have opened your doors to other authors who have not been invited to the Philippine booth, but that's fine. I mean, this is really commendable. And that is also why it's important that talagang sama-sama talaga tayo.
Yes.
These patches of initiatives are important. So we are together in this. And that's
Mhm.
also why I welcome all kinds of initiatives, whether it's a small party, a karaoke party, or,
Mhm.
you know, uh, a dance show, or a jam session. All of this, it's important, because the most important thing really is, to constantly make noise. And
Mhm.
Mhm.
we have to be constantly present on the scene. So we cannot do events, I don't know, one every 10 years. And fortunately, because we have so much initiatives from the communities in the diaspora, we are constantly being exposed. So that's also good. And really, we have to work hand in hand. And the Philippine Art and Culture Exchange is quite open to collaborations and to exchanges and to working together. And we help where we can. And yeah, sometimes some people just want some advice, and some people need a little bit more help. We cannot do everything because there are challenges, and there are things that we have to deal with, even as an organization. We are not a big organization, we are a small organization, and there are challenges, and we are there to help each other.
That's right. Dapat talaga tulong-tulong. Dapat
Correct.
talaga, the Philippines, that's a good thing about Filipinos. Sometimes, we try to help out as much as we can. Yun nga, it's so unfortunate kasi even back home, Philippines really want to help, but they lack resources or opportunities.
Mm.
So the same is also felt kahit may resources ka na, wala pa ring opportunity with your own, well, I don't want to say it, but for some, they feel that they still lack the opportunity to be present to the most important event that will be happening this year. But we can always resolve things. Just keep in touch with Louise, and you have a lot of opportunity at the Brussels at the Asian Literary Festival there. So maybe that's a start for those who are beginning to find their their future in the literary world. Start from there and support the first Asian Literary Festival in Brussels. Right, Mike?
Yes, that's correct.
Mm-mm.
I
So
think,
it's time
yeah,
for a
thank,
fast five. We're gonna ask you these three things. Just answer us with whatever's on your mind. Your comfort book.
my comfort book. I have many, and
Just one.
yeah, I have many, and now
Always a
I
comfy of
started
mine.
to read to read Asian authors. So one of them is this one. She's Chinese, and she's living in the UK. And that book is actually reflections of her life, of her
Mm-hmm.
Chinese person in the UK. Um, yeah, I have so many inspirations. This is looking for her book. There are Vietnamese authors that I'm also looking at. Lynn Papin, she's based in France.
Mhm.
Of course, I also started reading Thea Guanson. And then we have this wonderful author from the US. She's Filipina, and her name is Mia Manansala. She has a series of crime books. So
Oh,
these are also inspirational books from Asian authors. And I'm glad that I'm doing this festival because it sort of pushed me to drown in these collections of Asian authors. But my comfort book, really, I don't really read it all the time, but I look at it all the time. It's the collection of short stories of my father. So it's
Oh.
all Hiligay non short stories that we
mhm.
published 15 years ago. And I think it's a comfort book because, well, it comes from my father, who is my inspiration. But
Mhm.
also, it reminds me of where I come from. I mean, I'm from Iloilo, and
Yes.
don't want to forget Hiligaynon. So that book is very special to me, and hopefully that next year we can have it translated in English. So these short stories, and it's also important to keep our languages
Mm.
alive. So we need to support the 125 dialects in the Philippines. So
Yes.
I guess that's really my comfort book.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, that was the first thing that I did. My first book was translated in English, German, and Hiligaynon. My first ever children's book, because first of all, I didn't want my kids to forget the language. And second of all, I want the world to know that there's a lot of languages in the Philippines. It's not only Filipino, it's not only Cebuano or Tagalog. There's also other beautiful language in different provinces. So that's why, yeah, I've never seen actually a book translated. In the first, I think I inspired some of the publishers after which, because I brought it at the book fair a few years ago, 3 years ago, I think, right? And
Mhm.
Eight Letters publisher Cindy also. The next year, she brought books that was translated in other languages as well. Grabe. It's so nice.
So to the next one, a Filipino dish you crave on a stressful day.
My favorite dish is adobo.
Me
And
Oh,
yeah, but it's an Ilonggo version because we put muscovado sugar in it. Um, I like to cook. That was my past life. I was a chef for NATO diplomatic mission And so, but
Mhm.
I was cooking French for them. And but yeah, when I'm feeling lonely or sad or missing home, I would cook adobo. And and yes, Filipinos, they cook for 20. You have two
Well,
people at
yeah.
home and you cook for 20, so it's like adobo for several days. And after that, I feel a little bit better.
Yeah,
True.
that's true. That's the only thing my son knows actually, is very familiar with adobo.
Yeah, this is
But
also his most is his favorite. Yeah,
yes.
among the Filipino
Yeah.
dishes.
Mhm.
And you, what's your favorite comfort food?
Mike?
Mine, yeah, I would also say adobo. I can only eat the chicken adobo.
Yes.
That would
And
be the one. Yeah.
actually, I cook adobo with muscovado also here. It's available here in Germany. You can buy
Kasi you're Ilonggo.
muscovado. Ha? Oo. May muscovado naman dito sa grocery, so I sometimes use it too, but not too much anymore because it's too sweet. So we use honey instead. It's
Mm-hmm.
more organic that way. So anyway,
Hmm.
how about your favorite endorsement at the Brussels cafe that you go to?
There are several. One of them is called Bizou.
Bizu.
They have a garden
Yes.
and they have very nice pastry on the counter. So I go there. It's also very quiet. And then also one of my favorite is called Cafe. It's Kafei. It's the
Mm.
first Asian coffee chain in Brussels.
Oh.
And they have ube latte. They have also an
Oh.
ube pancake. So it's not very far from
Very
home.
delicious.
It's
And
Filipino owned.
sorry,
Filipino owned siya.
no, it's not Filipino owned.
Oh,
It's owned by three siblings who are
okay.
Chinese.
Oh.
But for the Filipino owned, we have to go a little bit further from Brussels. It's called Sibs Leuven. And it's also Filipino siblings who open this, and they have ube cake and they have,
Um,
um, all those pastries that we think of home,
yeah.
brazo de Mercedes and
Oh, my
Wow.
favorite.
sponge cakes. So, but that's not in Brussels. But yes, it's also very good. But well, we know so many people who are baking Filipino uh, goods in Brussels, so we can just call them and say, well, we want ensaimada,
Oh,
or we want
wow.
Spanish pandesal,
How
or we
convenient.
want adobo roll. So all that now is within reach. So
Online. Yes, that's right. So, one word to describe the Filipino diaspora.
ha, dynamic,
Oh,
dynamic for sure.
yes.
Filipino diaspora, well, first of all, Filipinos, they are not the kind of people who will sit down. They are full of ideas. They have a
Mm.
lot of things to say.
Mhm.
They have a lot of things to share. And so it's in each community, you can feel this dynamism because they are full of initiatives.
Mhm.
They are full of ideas. They constantly create projects, events, and they're also reaching out to other people, which is nice
Yeah.
because yeah, we're so social, and also because now we are less shy, so we are reaching out to people. We are no longer afraid to talk to strangers. And
Mhm.
so I think that's a trait that will really serve our purpose of spreading the good news about the Philippines.
Yes,
Okay.
that's
Okay.
right. And of course, our
So
final
your
question.
final question. Your advice to any Pinay abroad with a big bold dream.
Depends on the dream. But if you're a creative, if you are a Pinay creative in abroad, start small and dream big. Today, um, it's no longer impossible to be known. We have tools today that you can use to get your message across, to get your profile shared, to get your book published. Or
Mhm.
you know, to have your work exposed. I'm not saying that it's easy, but what I'm saying is that the opportunities you also sometimes create it for yourself. And today, um, you can use social media. You can create your website. You reach out to people. Sometimes I'm really surprised that there are artists, Filipino artists, who have never even been to museums or galleries.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you see that that is something that you have to create for yourself. The opportunities you have to create for yourself. Sometimes
Mm.
I just walk in galleries. They don't know me. I don't know them. I start a conversation, and these are things that, as a creative, you should do. You should meet people. You should go to these art openings. You should reach out to people who are in the same circle as you. You are no longer an island. I mean, think of yourself as an archipelago. You can cross bridges, you can swim to the next island, and you can talk to the people from the islands around you. So you are no longer isolated. And as a Filipino creative, create these opportunities, create these bridges, and reach out.
Mm.
So, and start small and think big. And of course, the last thing that I would advise, produce. You are not
Mm.
an artist if you have not painted anything. You are not a writer if you have not written anything.
Yeah.
So, you are not a cook if you have not prepared
Cook
something.
anything.
So, produce. Produce is key.
Yeah. That's right. Tama. I agree. And of course, thank you, Louise. You're such an
Thank
inspiration.
you for the
Thank you.
advice.
Yeah, thank you for everything you do to uplift the Filipino and the Asian voices across Europe.
Yes,
Maraming
we'll be
salamat.
cheering for the success of the Asian Literary Festival in Brussels.
Yes, we will be cheering there physically because we'll be there.
Yes.
And we'll definitely drop by kung may batcho yung booth nyo.
Or Tahoe.
Or
We'll,
taho,
we'll
yeah,
we'll
right.
ask someone to prepare bok choy for you. But
Oh,
yeah,
oh.
before we end, I really want to, to invite everybody, the writers in the Philippines, to please get in touch with us. We have a virtual meet. Send your 45-second video. Tell us who you are. And, this festival is going around the world. So we never know. Maybe you can get invited to one of these festivals. And so reach out to us. And thank you so much to you, Mike, and to Maria for this opportunity. And of course, to TalkAlley. I mean, this is such a great initiative.
Thank you and see you
Thank you
soon,
so
Louise.
Thank
much.
Have a
you.
nice Sunday.
And
Bye,
yeah,
Louise.
see you
Bye.
soon. Bye.
So
So,
people might be wondering, Mike, because we're on YouTube. Kasi po sa Facebook platforms, dinidelete nila yung mga live broadcast. Kaya starting from now, we are going live on YouTube and we'll just share the link to our viewers and listeners. And maybe soon we will be preparing the audio for the podcast as well. So, ayun. Thank you very much for everyone who watched earlier. Ang dami nila kanina. Thank you at hindi kami nakapag-respond kaagad. Maraming maraming salamat for those who watch and listen to us. And we will continue to share the links in other platforms as well.
yes, for all the listeners and viewers, thank you that you tuned in. We hope that, especially for the listeners and viewers in Hessen who have kids, the summer vacations are over. This coming Monday,
yeah. Back to school
school
na.
starts. Busy day. It's going to be exciting because our son is going into fifth grade, so meaning a different
Yeah,
school in the
congratulations.
city, so different challenges. But stay positive.
Yes.
You as well. This is Mike.
And this is Maria, and this is Talk Alley.
Bye.
Bye.